Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Zack Booth. I co-produce this show along with Kim and Marie, and this month I'm happy to present Zack's Picks Volume 2. It's summer, and summer vacations have gotten in the way of producing a all-new show. Not that I'm complaining. So I've combed through our archives and selected some of my favorite segments from the past. In Zack's Picks Volume 1, each segment featured Kim and Marie making something. This month, the theme is summertime. All the segments you'll see here in their entirety first aired in June, July, or August. I picked each one because I had fun shooting it, it was an incredible experience, or I was really happy with the final product. Let's get started with one of our first times out on the water. Sports director Bob Capasso took us out on his boat for a beautiful afternoon on Beltsville Lake to teach us to water ski.
We're at Beltsville Lake, and we know you always look forward to our Get Moving segments.
You do, and I think it's because you like to see us look foolish, maybe even crash and burn.
That's right, I'm sure we're going to be doing some of that today because we're water skiing.
We are. Sports director Bob Capasso has very generously agreed to take us out on his boat.
He's going to drag us around. All right, Bob, you're our coach for the day. What do we do, Coach?
All right, ladies, listen up. We're going to go to the chalkboard here.
Okay.
Our famous chalkboard. Now, here's me. This is the boat, and this is supposed to be me in the boat.
Okay,
right,
good.
Okay?
We got it.
Now, this will be you in the water. I'm not the best drawer in the world.
Okay.
One leg this way, one leg this way. All right, you got it?
Bent knees?
Bent knees, shoulder width apart.
Okay.
Here's your ski, your other ski. Here's your arms. Can you tell those are arms?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to hold the handle here. It'll go between your skis to the boat.
Okay.
You're leaning back in a squat position, tips out of the water. Here's your water, tips out of the water. Let the boat do the work. When the boat starts to pull,
Just
stand up.
and let it pull us. And if we fall,
Remember the most important thing. If you fall, let go of the rope.
I heard the key to good water skiing is the driver, so it's all on you.
Whether we're successful or not.
And by the way, you snow skiers,
Yes.
forget everything you know.
never learned.
The exact opposite.
All right, you gonna drag us around?
Let's go.
All right.
Here we go. All right, Kimberly. Up she goes. She's up. First try. Trying to make her fall. If she waves, maybe she'll fall. Ooh, and she had a little rocky part there. I thought she was gonna wipe out. Ooh, right back over. Oh, down she goes.
It's been about 5 years since I've been water skiing, so I was happy I was able to get out of the water. For Marie, this was a new adventure, but she was ready for anything.
You're gonna do great.
I hope I do half as good as you did.
Her legs got too far apart.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. And again.
Oh, she had it, but she leaned back.
Almost. She was almost up. Come on, Ray. Yes!
Bend your knees. Oh, crap. We're going to hit a weight. Oh, bend your knees.
Look, it didn't bother me getting up, like water in my face. That didn't bother me. But once you wipe out, then I was like, oh, my mouth was open. Oh,
Yeah, it's like that. It's like
in my nose.
Everywhere.
Half the lake.
You ready?
Hit it.
Here we go. Come on, come on. You ready for round two? that face. That's good. It's been a long time since I've skied, so tell me how you think I did.
All right, you did great. You got right up, got the knees bent, and you got the nerve to jump out beyond the wake. You wiped out the first time, but once you got it, you were out across that wake. You did a great job.
You're playing with that wake, going back and forth.
Yeah, it was
really
fun.
Good.
Once I got in the groove, it was so much fun.
How about me, Bob? I had a slower start.
You had a slower start, but the rule of water skiing is once you get that feel of getting up, you got it. So it was a slow start, but once you got up, the second couple of times you got up and you went and you really did a great job. And then at the end, you attacked that wake. You got outside of that wake.
And I stayed up.
I give you both A pluses.
Oh, you're a good teacher and a good coach.
Yeah.
And our favorite crash of the day goes to our director, Zack.
While we're at it, let's stay on the water at Lake Harmony this time for some high-intensity powerboat tube rides.
It's the perfect time for a day trip, and we're at Split Rock Resort.
And thanks to Yeti Water Sports, we're enjoying a relaxing day on Lake Harmony.
Yeti Water Sports opened on Lake Harmony this year. We've got paddle boards, stand-up paddle boards, paddle boats. We've got a 24-foot tour boat, pontoon boat to tour around the lake.
Paddle boats are great. They're relaxing, especially on a beautiful day. You can go out on the lake. You have pretty much free reign of the entire lake. It's about 3 miles around the perimeter. There's 125 acres of lake surface on the lake here, so it's a blast.
This is really relaxing.
Yes, it is, but I think we should speed things up a bit.
Yeah, let's go.
The tube ride is actually the most thrilling ride that we have here on the lake here.
We do want to be sitting across from each other just to make sure the weight is evenly balanced so the tube's not flying to one side.
And are you our driver today?
Yes, I will be driving you today.
What advice do you have for us?
Remain seated at all times. You want to make sure you're holding on to those handles.
Hold on tight.
Yeah, you don't want to be jumping up, standing up or anything. While we are out there are a few signs that you want to know. For a thumbs up, that means faster. A thumbs down is slower. And if you need to stop for any reason at all, you just stick a solid hand up in the air.
Okay.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
thumbs up. All right. You guys ready?
Yes.
We're ready.
All right.
The tube that we have is a commercial grade tube, Aquaglide Bravo. It holds 5 people at a time. And it's about a 15-minute ride around the lake here. We rip you around, and by the time you're done, you're exhausted. You're holding on, and you're being tossed around left and right, and you're getting splashed with water. It's a blast.
You left your seat. I think we should let our hair wild and free. I couldn't get mine out. With one hand, it's too tight.
Can anyone go on the tube, or are there certain requirements?
Typically, it's children 5 and over. But that's about it, though. As long as you're able to hold on to the tube, the inner tube you'll see, you can sit inside of it. The chances of getting dumped out are depending on how well you hold on to the tube there. So.
It's always fun for us to get Zack involved, so he climbed aboard.
There's so much to do up here. The lake is full of fish. You do need a fishing license for Pennsylvania Fish and Game Commission. And we have all these activities that you can do up here, all of the water sports. It's really the premier spot in the Poconos for all your water sport needs.
Everybody all right? Yeah. I'm afraid to get back up because I'm afraid the moment I'll put my foot up is that it'll launch me. I got back up.
You know what? You're tiny, Marie, but people are probably going, what happened to Marie? Where'd she go? Yeah!
there's an activity for everybody out here. Paddle boards, kayaking, you have pedal boats, the tubing, and then the lake cruise is nice and relaxing. It's BYOB, you can bring your own drinks on board, snacks on board. It's a narrated tour, about 45 minutes around the perimeter of the lake, so there's something for everybody here to do.
The more the merrier in the tube, so our cameraman Ron joined us as well.
You're on the kick line.
Whether you would enjoy splashing around on the tube ride or relaxing on one of the other boats, Yeti Water Sports is ready for you. They're open to the public 7 days a week all summer.
Welcome back. Now it's time to look at the most fun I've ever had on three wheels, when Jim Thorpe Sidecar Tours took us on a scenic ride through the countryside.
All right. Yes. Awesome.
Step right in.
Yeah. And elbows in.
Elbows in. Let the fun begin.
You got it. You're good to go.
Jim Thorpe Sidecar Tours started with Barb Timber's love of motorcycles and their sidecars. She now operates one of the only sidecar tour companies in the country.
We are by reservation. We have lots of literature out in the web or cards, rack cards throughout the area, and folks will either find us on the web or call and give information, get information. We offer 3 different tours, a 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour tour. I will be the driver. One gets to sit in the sidecar, one sits behind, or if there's 2 couples that want to go out together, we will take 2 bikes out for the afternoon, and we'll come pick you up at your home or wherever you're staying, go for the tour, and we drop you off.
This is awesome. I feel like I'm at an amusement park and this is one of the rides.
Zach, this is awesome. You've got to try this. Come here.
I know! Chinese fire drill!
Barb Timbers and Eddie Fink are our tour guides through some of the most beautiful backcountry roads in the Poconos.
Is there a danger involved?
Actually, there have been different reports done by the United Sidecar Association, and sidecars have been found to be just as safe as a car. A single-person motorcycle is 7 times more likely to have an accident than a bike with a sidecar. They're very safe.
Is it because it's just bigger, it's easier to see?
I think it's bigger, it's easier to see. Folks who ride them are generally a little older. It's not a sport bike out trying to be fast. It's a weekend slow ride, and for that reason, they're just safer drivers, safer bikes.
What a perfect place for a break. I could use a drink.
Hey, look, Coca-Cola, only a nickel.
I have a nickel. Think it'll work?
It's a gorgeous day, and we're going to take you up to the Galen Glen Winery. It's a beautiful ride up through the mountains and the country, and you get up on top of the mountain, and it's just God's country. You will love it there.
Nothing wrong with helmet head if you're really wearing a helmet, because then you have a reason.
Yeah.
Barb, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was. High five!
High five!
That went for me!
It was amazing up here. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
Absolutely
And geez,
gorgeous.
what a way to spend your days.
Right? I'm living my dream one ride at a time.
In the summer, we offer special tastings and also walking tours. Those go through our vineyard, down to our wine cellar, and then back up to the tasting room. The tours are free.
Here's to adventures with Barb and Ed.
And riding in the sidecars.
I'll drink to that.
Welcome back to Talk of the Town, Zack's Picks Volume 2, where I'm focusing on segments shot in the summertime. This next adventure is the first place my head goes when I'm asked about some of the cool things we've done as part of the show.
This month, we're getting moving faster than we've ever moved before. As a matter of fact, I think it's the fastest probably that I'll ever move in my life.
Oh, it's definitely faster than I've ever moved, for sure. We're at Pocono Raceway for Stock Car Racing Experience. I'm gonna get to drive a race car. That's amazing to me.
I can't drive stick, so I'm gonna ride with an instructor.
They say that the race cars go 150 miles an hour plus.
Are you gonna go that fast?
I don't know. I just hope I'm not the slowest car out there.
Well, we'll see.
These cars are amazing machines. They're phenomenal. The grip, the traction, the adhesion. As fast as these cars can go down the straightaway, you know, they can go through the corner that fast as well. So I guarantee you're going to want to put a quarter in it and take it out one more time after you finish your first ride.
Pocono Raceway is known as the Tricky Triangle. 3 big turns, each completely different. So as we made our way onto the track, it was time to think about 2 things: drive fast and turn left.
The way this works, there's an instructor in the first car. Marie's with the instructor. Then there's 2 other cars driven by us. And I'm in the second car, and the third car is good friend and sports guy Mark McKeon. So hopefully he doesn't pass me. That's really all I'm hoping for today.
If you're going with an instructor, you're probably going to be approaching 160, and you're going to be driving.
Yes, so you have to keep up.
So I think she just threw the gauntlet down, so I think it's 160.
Well, Rhea, are you ready?
I'm ready. You're gonna drive fast, right?
I'm gonna drive fast, and you know what? They gave me a quick ride to let me get an idea as to what I'm in for.
Yes.
I can't believe they're gonna let me actually get in a race car by myself and drive.
Good luck.
We're gonna do good.
Obviously, our first concern is to keep them safe. 15th season, we're up around 1.7 million miles, and we haven't even handed out a Band-Aid. So we're going to try and keep that streak going. And as you can see today, everybody's happy.
I was in 4th gear before making it out of the pits, and the need for speed meant don't touch the brakes at all. So I didn't, but I could see Mark McKeon in my rear view mirror.
That was amazing. There you go. Woo. I can't even describe how cool that was. It was awesome.
All right, wait a minute. I was first.
It was so awesome. I can't believe you passed me.
I got you.
Ah.
I kept looking back and I saw the big red car right behind me, so nice job.
Yeah,
Nice
good job.
Well, the first 2 laps didn't really feel too fast to me, but then in that 3rd lap, I started feeling like we were picking up some speed, and we came past that tower, and I saw that blue move over flag, and I knew you were
Of course, that
behind
man
me.
moved over to Kim, and I moved into the 2nd spot. Did you see me wave out the window?
I saw you wave, and you know what? I thought I was doing really good, but I didn't realize that I was kind of getting away from Marie's car. But once you passed me, that was it, man.
I think it made you mad.
It made me mad. I'm like, I'm staying right on his bumper the whole rest of this race.
It did. I saw you in the rearview mirror the whole rest of the time when I wasn't trying to inch up close to that the pace car. But that was awesome. That was a lot of fun.
You guys did great. I was just the passenger, yeah.
You know what? They said we did about 160. I'm proud of that.
It's not too bad. About 50
Good
miles an
job,
hour
you
slower
guys.
than the Cup guys did the race, but I'll take it. I'm not a pro driver.
I'll take it any day. And you know what? Our producer, Zack, he got in a race car too. Check out how he did.
Not only can Zack shoot and edit, he was zooming around the track, and I'm really glad I didn't have to race him as well.
Many people that we have on the show are surprised when we arrive to shoot a segment. Kim, Marie, and I show up with a few cameras and a light, and we're usually ready to start rolling within 20 minutes. I think our guests sometimes expect a bigger production behind the scenes, but we're all busy with other responsibilities at BRC 13, so we just run and gun, getting the footage we need and getting out. This doesn't give me much time to focus on cinematography. Sometimes, though, a shoot has few moving parts and I can spend some time getting pretty pictures. It was a perfect day at Mauch Chunk Lake Park when we did yoga at the beach. Well, Kim and Marie did yoga, and I got to fly the drone and indulge my creative side.
Nature just automatically relaxes you. I mean, I think most of us would agree with that. So if you pair that with yoga, it's just an extra added benefit. You're doing yoga and you're already tuned into all the sounds of the birds and the water if you're by the lake or the ocean, and that just really enhances the whole experience. So take a moment to sit up tall, and I like to bring my hands back by my hips, and I use my hands to press down so you can really lift the spine and get a nice tall spine, tall seat. Jim Thorpe Yoga has been around for almost 5 years now. I can't believe it. It's been that long. We're a small but very family, community-oriented studio. We have yoga, all different kinds of yogas, different styles for all different ages and levels. We also have massage, we do retreats. And then fold the hands out in front. We're gonna keep that seal and stretch the palms straight ahead. Draw your navel up and in, sit up really tall. And inhale, take your arms up.
It's just a way to tune into yourself, to be healthy. I am a chiropractor. I'm convinced that if people did yoga, chiropractic wouldn't exist as a practice. It's a very intrinsic and natural way of staying healthy and growing.
Stretch both arms, inhale, get a little taller. And as you exhale, bring your right hand towards your right shin. Yoga is all about connecting to yourself, connecting to the true nature of reality. And in our busy lives, we kind of get distracted. All these things pull us away from, ourselves. And it really brings your mind back to focusing on your body, focusing on your pose. And then slowly bring it back down. Slide that right hand underneath the left as you bend your left elbow. Come to the outside of that right shoulder, resting the side of your head on the ground.
Yoga is a great way to decompress and de-stress and sort of add some zen to your life that might be missing.
We are a family. When you walk into our studio and you take any one of our classes, you're going to be talking to the person next to you, to the teacher, and everyone is just very friendly and welcoming, and you feel very supported. Stretch your left arm out to the left, maybe gazing over at that left hand, releasing any tension in your back, in your hips.
I feel very relaxed and strong after a practice. I feel centered, focused.
And let your soles of your feet face up towards the sky. You can either keep holding onto the backs of the thighs or reach around. See if you can grab the outsides of your feet and draw your knees towards the sand on either side of your body.
Yoga is for everyone. You start where you are and work from where you are. There is no judgment in yoga. And just come and join us and see what it's about.
So we try to do a lot of outdoor yoga throughout the season. I also teach a class at Blue Mountain outside on their terrace. We get a lot of people there. It's a beautiful venue. So I try to do yoga outside as much as possible.
Men are very stoic creatures, you know what I mean? We don't like to complain about the pains that we have all over the place, but if, 9 times out of 10 we're all experiencing some sort of thing that's just basic stretching can help, and then you sort of start taking it to further places, and you get better at certain poses or certain flows and things like that. And you start to realize, wow, my shoulders don't hurt anymore. Wow, I can stand up straight. Wow, I can,
I get so many people say to me, oh, well, I could never do yoga. I can't touch my toes, or I'm not flexible, I can't do yoga. And really, yoga's not about that. You're gonna stretch a little bit, you're gonna get stronger, but it's really about tuning in and getting away from that busyness of life.
So Maya, how did we do on this beautiful day at the lake?
Oh, you guys did great. Everyone was amazing. It was so much fun. Just being out here and moving and breathing and connecting with nature and each other. So It was a great time.
Shooting segments for Talk of the Town has put me in places I never imagined finding myself. Strapped to the back of an ATV, standing at the front of a diesel locomotive, and the fashion shows. So many fashion shows. 2 years ago, I found myself in another unexpected place, on a cart pulled by racehorses.
So I was just 14 and a half years old, working for a standardbred farm. I worked there with harness horses for him for 6 years. So that was my high school and college, was learning about horses.
It's a harness racing heaven. Tucked in the foothills of the Blue Mountain, just south of Wind Gap, is a place called Wingate Training Center. The views are amazing, the surroundings serene. But the track is fast, loud, and exciting as a nationally known trainer of champions prepares his horses for the big tracks on the East Coast.
We train horses to race out of here with a lot of other people that race mainly at Poconos, Chester, Yonkers, Meadowlands. Probably those 4 tracks is overnight racing and just constantly racing, probably about 7 days a week. Each track has their separate days, but we train them and compete and try to get the purse money at all 4 of those tracks, and then we go other places to race stake horses.
You might be thinking, wow, they must do a lot of betting at the track.
I say you either feed them or you bet them. You don't do both. So
you'd never bet on your horses?
No.
I'll do it for you, all right?
Right, there you go. You'll bet the name.
The morning we visited, Irv was already busy training. Zack bravely jumped right in for a thrilling ride.
We'll get another lap or so and then we'll make a little speed. Okay. That speed will show you a little different too. We'll jog one more lap and then go a little mile around 30, 35. Pick it up a little, Vinny. Harness racing is a big job, a lot of work to get a horse to compete at the level we want to compete at. It's a family business. It's, families can do it. Some people do it part-time, just race a horse for fun. But we do it at a pretty competitive level, trying to have the best in the country, and doing it that way, you've got to really put a lot of time into the horses.
Is that the quarter mile time, 30 seconds? Or?
No, 2:30 for the full mile. We just don't talk about the 2. Haley, how fast we go? 35, 25, right in the middle.
You've got a lot of high hopes for Trolley.
Yeah, Trolley was our Hamiltonian hopeful last year. He was Hamiltonian, goes for a little over $1 million, and he really had a good shot at that last year, and he had a foot problem come up, and we just couldn't get over it. But coming back this year, he was set the track record at Tioga Downs last week, and with a little hope, we're hoping that if he stays sound, he'll be one of the best trotters in the country.
Talk about what's involved in the training to get ready for a race.
We start by breaking them in the fall, like in September, October, and get the babies broke. And then we start with miles of like 1.5 miles a day, 2 miles a day. We do that for, say, 45 days, 1.5 months, 2 months. And then after that, we start increasing their miles, and we get them up to 3 miles most of the time. So 3 to 4 miles is the most we go with a baby, with a 2-year-old. And we just start showing them speed and working them together.
We have trotters and pacers. Our breed is standardbreds. They're divided into 2 groups, trotters and pacers. And we race in a race bike, so it's a 2-wheeled cart that they pull, and you have to maintain your stride. We always race for 1 mile, usually 10 horses in a race. So the race bikes are very light, designed to go fast. When you're training a horse, you use a heavier cart to help build up muscles and make sure and then you put everything as light as possible when you're trying to go fast. So all the other stuff is just different techniques to try to make them as fit and as fast as possible.
Believe it or not, some of these horses even do cross training.
Some of the horses that don't need the track work, we'll put them in the pool to swim them and get their lungs up to more aerobic work, and then we'll just put them a little less on the track. They have to go in the shower rack before they go in the pool to keep the pool as clean as you can. After they go in the pool because of the chemicals and stuff.
To rinse it off and get it all off.
Have you ever had a horse that couldn't swim?
Oh yeah, you'll have one out of 50 or
That
something.
they just go right down?
Well, they don't not swim, as they just swim and flop all sideways and can't get going.
And just like other elite athletes, they also enjoy trips to the spa. In this case, cold salt hydrotherapy.
You're going to be so happy when your legs feel good.
I think it really helps a horse that's got maybe some sore feet or sore ankles or something. The salt water really helps to cool them off each time we put them in. And what happens if we have a real nice horse, like you saw Trolley train today, he'll go in the spa after he trains, he'll go in the spa before he races and after he races. And what happens is over time, it just keeps getting that horse just a little sounder and a little sounder.
The post-training regimen can also include mud body wraps.
It's a facial for their legs.
It's a mud, and the good mud, you can find different kinds. They put different ingredients in it. But when you put the good mud on that's good, it'll you put it on and you coat it so there's no holes in it, right? So it's solid. If you go 10 minutes after you put it on and put your hand on it, it's hot.
Hot.
It's really warm because it draws all the heat out of their legs.
So it's another inflammation
Right.
buster.
I'm just wondering if it's the same mud they use in spas that they put on our faces.
It probably has some of the same ingredients in it.
Yeah, probably.
Caring for the horse's feet is also extremely important.
The blacksmith is very important because the horse has to have the right amount of hold of the racetrack.
So you just took off the old shoe.
Just pull the shoe, we look at it and see the way she's wearing it.
And what does that tell you?
If they're landing hard one way or the other, sometimes they do that because of maybe they're a little sore or something, and sometimes you just need to make an adjustment to try to keep them as level as you can.
So when you're clipping that off, is the hoof really kind of like a toenail of sorts?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they grow.
We shoe a horse on a common principle about once a month. But once they start racing, their feet get water more, they grow more, the shoes slide inside a little more. So sometimes we'll shoe them every 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks when they're racing. That's why we're
it's really
shoeing
worn
them.
out.
Yeah.
And so that's like a month worth of wear.
Right, that's it.
Yeah.
2-3 weeks. Depends on the horse, some wear more than others.
Yeah, we just fit them to the foot best we can. I've done enough of feet to know that if the nail doesn't sound solid, typically you might be in the wrong spot, so I start out lightly.
It's quite a manicure.
So we've spent the morning learning all about the hard work that goes into harness racing.
Now it's time for us to hit the track and have some fun.
Yep.
What's our horse's name?
Living in a Dream.
Living in a Dream. That's a great
Living
name.
in the Dream, yeah.
So if you use heavier carts when you're training, and then you put Marie and I on. So we were actually helping you train your horses today.
Yeah, they got a great workout.
Had to pull extra weight.
Extra people.
You did good. You guys did good. Yeah, just like everything. The horses are a little keyed up and stuff, but I like doing it just to show people the different, what we do. You know, it's a lot of fun.
It's my job, but every day is different. It's a lot of fast-paced action. You never know what's going to happen. It's a lot of fun job.
You know, it's tough a lot for the most part. A lot of traveling. You know, dealing with 1,200-pound animals every night, day in and day out. It's a lot of work, and it's a little bit harder than you'd imagine.
Watching it on TV doesn't do it justice. It's really very close. Like, there's not much room between the horse that's in front of you and the horse that's behind you, the one that's next to you. It's really tight, really fast, and you can win or lose a race in a split-second decision very easily. It's all not much time. It's happening very quickly.
It's a lot of speed, a lot of high adrenaline, and it could be a lot of fun. It could be dangerous. But,
Get a little dirty?
Oh yeah. It's not nice when they go to the bathroom on you. Yeah. No.
You're behind them.
Yeah, there's only one place it can go, right now.
I would say right now they have 330 or 40 horses here. And that entails a lot of people because a groom takes care of 5 or 6 horses, and then a trainer might take care of 10 horses. So if you equate that out, there's a lot of people, and there's a lot of people getting housing here in town and different things. They say the little motel down the road, it stays pretty full through the summer.
What do you want your neighbors here to know about? You know, they probably drive by.
Most people don't know is they don't know we're back here because it's kind of off the beaten road. That we just don't mind if people come out and watch them train. We're very open to letting people come out and seeing the horses and seeing them train. We're a little cautious about them being in the barn because of the biting or something. The horse might bite them, but as far as coming out and watching them go on the track and stuff, most places we're at, like in Florida, you always have 4 or 5 cars a day stop by and watch the horses go just because it's a little different thing, and we're fine with that.
I mean, I know all horses are just like people, different attitudes, different work ethics.
Absolutely, and that really factors into it. You need a horse, we always talk about their heart. They have to have a heart that really tries, like they have to want. When you turn for home and they're eyeing the other horse here and here, they have to want to fight them off and win the race. So if you can train them right and have them where they know they're a winner, they're just like anything else. The easier they can win, the more often they'll start winning. They'll just get better and better.
We don't always turn to the community or our viewers for segment ideas. Sometimes Kim, Marie, or I have something we could teach each other. As the summer of 2014 came to a close, we went out to the park to play Coob, an easy-to-learn game for all ages that Marie's family has been playing at gatherings for years.
Hey, Kim, do you know what this is?
It's a block of wood, Marie.
It's actually called a Coob, and it's part of a great lawn game that my family has been playing for years called Coob.
Some people claim it was invented on Viking ships. It's an old Nordic game many Americans have never heard of. But every year, the Coob World Championships are held in Gotland, Sweden.
It looks pretty easy to make. It's just a bunch of wood.
It is. If you have a saw and some sandpaper, you can make your own Coob set.
But what is this? It looks kind of dangerous.
That is the king. Biggest rule in this game, remember, don't ever knock down the king until the last move of the game.
Well, what happens if I knock down the king ahead of time?
You lose. Right then, game over.
All right, don't knock down the king. So teach me how to play.
Well, the first thing we have to do is create our pitch. Now it's going to be 8 meters by 5 meters. So let's go out 4 meters because we're going to mark the middle first.
Okay, so that's the middle, and then 4 this way, 4 meters?
4 meters.
5 meters from the middle.
We can do that. Is that good? Let's take it to 4. Good?
All right, we're set. We have a pitch.
We have a pitch, now we have to set up the Coobs. King goes in the middle.
That looks like middle.
I think that looks like the middle. This is going to be called the baseline. So we're going to put 5 Coobs evenly distributed.
And then the other 5 go on the other end?
Yes.
Okay, so what are these used for?
These are the batons. This is what we're going to throw at the Coobs. And you know what, Kim? This is a really fun game with 2 people, but it's a really, really fun game if you have teams.
All right, let's bring on the teams. And Zach, you're on my team.
All right, I'm here with my team. This is Alex, Kim's son, and our friend Lori. All right, guys, we have to be tough. We have to use some strategy here, and we have to make sure we get those guys. What do you think?
We can get
All right, all right.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Team Marie on 3. Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Team Marie!
I've got a great team because I've got Zach and Alex's girlfriend, Taylor. Now, Marie's the only one who's played this game before. You worried?
No, but that makes us the underdog.
That's why we've got a mascot. This is Boo. We're Team Boo. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Team Boo!
So the first thing we have to do is decide who's going to go first, and that's with a toss-off, so it's you against me. All right, over to the baseline. All right, so the first thing we have to learn is how to throw a Coob stick, all right? You guys pay attention, too, because I know I'm the only one who ever played this game. So, Coob sticks get thrown end over end, like that. Okay? You cannot throw it side-armed, no helicopters.
No over?
No overhand. End over end. To begin the game, we want to get our batons as close to the king as possible. Do you want to go first or second? Remember, don't hit it over.
Don't knock over the king or I'm already in trouble.
Right.
No, you can go first because I want to see your strategy. Oh my goodness.
Get closer than that.
I can't get closer than that. It's like an inch away. Come on, Boo, cheer me on.
Okay, we're first. Okay, team, are you ready?
Ready.
All right. We are standing behind our baseline, and our goal right now is to hit down the cubes on that baseline. So, Alex, why don't you go first?
All right.
That was a close one. Okay.
I'm feeling pretty good about our chances now because they're not doing so great.
Okay, so they're gonna start throwing at us now, and the biggest advice in this game is watch your ankles, because cubes really hurt when they hit you in the ankle.
Right.
So we're gonna step back a little.
All right.
All right, Team Boo, are we ready?
We're ready.
Zach, you can go first.
Okay.
We're hoping for beginner's luck. Oh, that wasn't
Little
good.
short.
Little short. Come on, Tay. This is harder than you might think.
Oh, very close.
How long does it take before someone knocks one down?
Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get warmed up. That was the warm-up.
Boo, what do you think of all of this? Marie, are you supposed to drink when you play this game?
Most people do. Rally, 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 rally. Go
If that
first,
works,
Lori.
we're doing it too.
Yeah, okay.
Ah, yeah! That works! Good job. All right, so now that we actually hit the first cube down in the game, thank you, Lori. It changes things a little bit. So you guys, this is gonna now become a field cube. So you have to take this, you have to throw it inbounds, past the king on that side, end over end, the same way you would throw.
Do I want to send it in a particular spot, or it really doesn't matter?
Basically, you want to keep it away from the king, because remember, if you hit the king, you lose, because you're gonna have to hit this first. So you want it closer to you, strategy-wise.
You're our official thrower.
Okay. Perfect. Okay, I can set this up. I can either set it up this way or this way. So this way is a little farther, so I set it up to my advantage. And now, the next part of the game, you guys have to hit this field cube down before you're allowed to hit any of the baseline cubes. And if you accidentally hit one of those down, it gets stood back up.
Zach, I'm feeling it this time.
All right, you have 2 more tries. Zach's turn.
You're up.
Boo, come over here. Be a traitor.
Boo is not a traitor, Marie. Come here, Boo. She's not a traitor. Oh, Zach, so close.
All right, team, this is a great thing for us because they missed this little field cube. So guess what? No, come up here. Guess what?
What?
This is our new baseline.
No.
Yes.
All right, Lori, you got the hot hand. You start.
All right.
Yeah! She's our ace in the hole. Nice, yes. Good job.
This does not look good for Team Boo.
Oh!
I need you to stand strong. Get your hold up right here, all right? That's what I'm talking about. I'm guessing something terrible happens now for us,
Now,
though.
do we have to throw these cubes?
Yes, you do. So these we set up to our advantage, guys. So this one away from that one. And that one kind of behind the king a little.
Yay!
I'm done.
Yes! Does that count?
We'll count that as down because if we move the stick, I have a feeling it'll go down. So we have 2 cubes to throw. Yeah!
What?
What? All right, Lori, we need you.
All right, they brought in the ringer.
I've played this game before, but I haven't hit one down today.
Oh!
Now, this is the final step in the game. All of our cubes are done. All we have to do is hit down the king and we win. We have 3 chances.
You can do it. You can do it.
Nope. I did not contribute to this game at all, except for knowing the rules. Oh no, Alex, it's up to you. We win, Team Marie! So did you notice they didn't hit down a single one off of our baseline? Good job, guys.
And we lost.
Sorry, Boo. But you know what? Marie didn't really contribute to her team at all. She didn't knock down one single coup.
Hey, I hear you. I'm right here.
Well, you didn't.
I was using all of my energy to teach you all how to play this great game. It was fun, wasn't it? It was. It was fun.
Yeah, you had ringers, though.
I did. Got the good team. Hey, give Coob a try. And whatever you do, be
the talk of the town.